Good morning, everyone. It's March 10th, 2024. Don't forget, we've had a time change today. I hope, since we lose an hour of sleep today, that everyone is bushy-eyed and, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed is what I'm trying to say this morning. I'm not sure I am. If I start yawning in the middle of a sentence today, I have a perfectly good excuse. I am definitely tired. However, I want to go on with what I wanted to talk about today. And I want to continue my conversation from the last video there on drug sensitivity. This is a subject that I don't believe is brought up enough and that people are not even aware of. And with that video that I put up, the experience that I had was a well-documented experience, certainly with all the levels of police and security involved at the time. So I want to continue with this and why it's so important that I think people realize this, that there's just people out there that have drug sensitivity, literally, and it's an underlying medical condition. I've had to suffer with this all my life. I was born to a single mother. I was placed in foster care. My foster mother at the time was a registered nurse due to the fact that, back in those days, they had this favorite line that they used to put on most medical records, which is on my adoption records, failure to thrive. Well, I was, 9 months old when I came to them. I was, I think, about 14 pounds and underweight, number one. And, of course, I've explained in a previous video, both on myself, having dislocated hips as a baby, and they never thought I was going to be able to walk, and how my adoptive mother, my foster mother parents became my adoptive parents eventually, because she was able to get me walking. She was helping me. I was thriving where they didn't think I was going to even make it, and it was all thanks to her nursing care that I got. And fortunately, they were looking for a nurse. And they were lucky they found a nurse to help me. So I had a bad start in life. I had asthma, bronchitis. I was in 5 different foster homes, from what I understand, according to my records. I had pneumonia 5 times. And they really didn't think I was going to make it. But I did make it. And it's thanks to her and my adoptive parents' loving care that brought me through this situation. But going through, my parents were not necessarily, my mom was not a smoker, that's for certain. My adoptive father, he smoked a pipe at the time. My asthma was affecting me to the point where he decided, no problem, he quit his pipe smoking, cold turkey, for my health's sake. And of course, if I get around smoke, my asthma starts up as well. Another good one is that my girlfriend's grandfather, who lived around the other block, he was a cigar smoker. Anytime I went near the cigars, I was just wheezing like a horse. So these things are not noticeable. But people who have asthma and bronchitis like myself, we have to fight to survive. The pollution that's out there today is not helping it. Our allergies are not helping it, because I have allergies. And some of them are not only to the drugs, but they're certainly to the some of the pollen and stuff that's around in the air too. So I have to suffer along with that. And that smoke, it's just terrible. So it didn't take me long to get in trouble, because I was also wheezing after I got stoned as well from that incident that I explained. And that room that they were having the party in was way down at the end of the hallway. It was a long hallway, and I was way down at the other end of the hallway. So when they opened the door, the smoke was just drifting through. So even today, when I'm talking about the homeless, just for an example, when they're smoking up or they're crack pipes and they're in a closed area such as our stairwells, and I'm trying to get down through the stairwells, and they're smoking, and some of them smoke the cigarettes, even though we have non-smoking in our buildings, and I'm in a non-smoking apartment for certain. I have trouble breathing, and if I'm going to get stoned, between getting from the top floor down to the bottom floor to get out, I have to get out of there very quickly. So it's a health hazard to us. So I think a lot of people don't understand just how hard it is. So, I mean, I wasn't supposed to be able to walk. I've been abused badly for 40 years on domestic abuse, as I've explained. I've nearly been strangled a couple of times. And all my life, I've had to fight to survive. And I think what bothers me is when I see all these people who are on drugs that have just totally given up and, oh, we'll just take the drug, we won't feel anything. And yet I've had to fight. Here I am, and I'm 71 years old, but I had to fight all my life. And that's been a hard fight for me. And I really cannot understand why people are giving up when that's all I wanted to do was live. And I had to fight to live. And it's been a rough ride. But I also want to speak out today for other people who have underlying medical conditions such as myself that we don't always see. Now today, because of the dislocated hips and my knees and everything, I've got arthritis. So walking is a problem now. Another way, an underlying condition, was drug allergies too, that I had. Another one, a good one, was penicillin. I apparently reacted to it as a child. And of course, I went for years and years, until up a couple of years ago, during the pandemic. I thought I had this as a medical caution on my charts, because I thought I was going to react. I'm not sure what my reaction was. I was a child. But I went in to rehab my allergies tested again and found out, oh, I'm no longer allergic to dogs. I'm still allergic to cats, apparently. But my 2 cats that I do have are Russian blues, and they don't shed the dander, so I haven't been having any trouble with them. But when I went in to get tested for the pollen allergies and all the regular ones, I mentioned this, that I was possibly allergic, and I reacted to penicillin. Then, much to my surprise, the woman said, well, I can actually test you for that today. You can test me for a reaction to penicillin? And she said, yes, I can. Oh, my goodness, by all means, test me on the arm, see if I react. Because I had medical help there if something did happen. And sure enough, no allergies. I'm fine. And thank goodness I was tested, because what happened when I got that infection in my knee last year, and they had to drain it, and it's through my body, and the best thing to kill that particular infection was 6 weeks of penicillin. So for me, wow, I had a winner on that, which just goes to show that we are starting to get more tests to find out what we are allergic to and what we aren't allergic to. And even when I go on the bus today, I take my cane if I don't have Heidi. Because with that knee, with my body, and I don't have the brakes that I used to. My reflexes are no longer there with the arthritis. Standing up is a problem. So I know I always look younger than my age, which is nice, but sometimes getting a seat on the bus is difficult. So I have either the dog or at least my cane with me to get a seat. But people have no idea how hard it is just for us with underlying medical conditions to live. And we hear programs and people coming forth with different rare diseases and that, and they look perfectly healthy. I know from the outside I look perfectly healthy, but on the inside I'm certainly falling apart, and the plumbing certainly doesn't work like it used to. And I'm thinking, boy, if I just call a plumber up, it might be a little expensive, but to get a wrench in there and tighten a few bolts or whatever, whatever. But this is the way I have to live, and I'm still not giving up. And I didn't give up when I was in the hospital. I had to learn how to walk all over again. And thanks to Heidi, that was the only reason I wanted to get back home to Heidi. And it was a good feeling to get back home to Heidi, because she was there for me and she walked me. She gave me the necessary exercise to get back on my feet again. So there's a lot of judgment going around on a lot of people. But, you can't just judge a book by the cover. That's the old expression. And like I said, just because I may look good, what's underneath the cover is not what you see, or underneath the cover is certainly not what you see that's on the cover at all. So I just wanted to bring this up again, and this is one of the reasons why I look at things, and I have the view of thinking outside the box, and I'm certainly looking around, and this is one of the reasons why I'm so hyped up on the social housing, but especially on the supportive housing, because I never gave up on things. And every person's an individual person and they need special supports. And I don't believe that our society is getting enough of the supports that we need to help each other at all. And because my supports, I had to support myself. I learned many things the hard way, for certain, but it didn't stop me. Because one of my things my grandfather used to tell me is don't ever lose your sense of humor. Because the sense of humor will get you through life. Because no matter how bad things are, there's got to be a light at the end of the tunnel somewhere. So today I just wanted to expand a bit more on that, and during other videos I may even expand a bit more. But I just wanted to give a little bit more of an explanation today. And so that'll be it for today, and not too long a video, I hope. But everyone, take care, have a great day, be safe, watch your surroundings, and make sure that you're safe. And we shall talk again soon, and bye-bye.